episode of The Legend Show. We have missed you so much. This is Selma again, and today's topic is about the legendary complex of Khufu. Khufu was the son of Senefru, the first king of the 4th dynasty, and his pyramid at Giza is the largest ever built. Its design established the standard architectural components of the royal pyramid complex for the rest of the Old Kingdom. Known today as the Great Pyramid, the monument was originally named Akhet Khufu, which means Horizon of Khufu. How the ancient builders achieved such accuracy has only been demonstrated recently. Around the bases of the pyramids of Khufu and Khafra are a series of holes, each about the size of a dinner plate, regularly spaced along lines running parallel to the sides of these pyramids. The holes must have held stakes for a line used as a reference for the builders as they constructed the pyramid base. There are also trenches which must have been used for channeling water to the base area and draining it during the leveling operations. The original entrance to the Great Pyramid was a passageway sloping down to an unfinished room cut in the bedrock. Subsequently, there were plans to enlarge the monument, and the subterranean chamber was abandoned. The so-called Queen's Chamber was constructed in the lower courses of the pyramid, but it also remained unfinished. Then the King's Chamber, considered to be the final burial place of the king, was constructed in the granite higher up in the pyramid. 5 relieving chambers, thought to have been designed to relieve the weight of the stones above the burial chamber, were built. The only hieroglyphs left by the ancient builders were found on blocks in these chambers. These texts are the names of the work gangs, which include the king's name. For example, Friends of the Khufu's Gang is the translation of one text which was painted in red to identify blocks assigned to a particular gang. On the north and the south sides of the king's chamber are the so-called air shafts. These may have been a symbolic exit and entrance for the king's ka, which means the soul, and it was believed to travel on the sun bark by day and return at night for the trip through the underworld. The pyramid was surrounded on all 4 sides by an enclosure wall. Remains of this wall are visible today, especially on the eastern and northern sides. Between the wall and the pyramid was a court paved with large slabs of limestone, some of which are still in place. Very little remains of the pyramid's mortuary temple. In the Middle Kingdom, it served as a quarry. Most of the temple consisted of a large court oriented north-south. To the west was a pillared recess and the door which led to the most sacred area of the temple, a hall with 5 niches. The eastern entrance of the mortuary temple led to the causeway, at the end of which was the Valley Temple. The location of the Valley Temple of the Great Pyramid has been a matter of speculation ever since the early 19th century. Sewage trenches excavated in Abdulhamid al-Wastani street of the town revealed that at this point the causeway turns 32 degrees to the north of the original direction, continuing 125 meters to the Valley Temple. 5 boot pits are known from Khufu's pyramid complex. In 1954, 2 of these were discovered by Kamal al-Mallah to the south of the pyramid, oriented east-west and parallel to its southern face. A full-size dismantled wooden boot was found in the southeastern pit. The boot, over 43 meters long and with 5 oars on each side, is now restored and exhibited in a museum in the same location. And by the way, Waseda University is now engaged in a project to re-examine and conserve a second boot discovered in the southeastern pit in 1987. And here we come to the end of the episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will meet again next week. Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye!